Hey, hey everyone. Oh, geez. You know what? I thought I was ready for everything. I got, we're live. Poprageous is live. You know what? This is an impromptu thing. You know what? I just thought I was going to go live, just get something down, just saying that we're back for people that are, lots of subs, but I've been away. I've been away. You know what I was doing? I could make a movie called Leaving Los Angeles. That's right. I was leaving Los Angeles. I spent almost 20 years in Los Angeles. And I tell you, that's a city that is falling apart. It's not just falling apart, it is disintegrating. Literally everyone I know in Los Angeles, if they had a business, they're out of business. They went bankrupt. Toast. Out of, like, entire blocks of Los Angeles shut down. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. So I needed to get out of Dodge. I needed to get out of there as well. How do you, I was doing videos and I actually had a studio. I was going to go live on the channel. And then I had to downsize. Things started to get so bad. I downsized because I had a business there as well. I'm also a screenwriter, an award-winning screenwriter. You can check me out online. I'm there. I'm an open book, baby. And basically I sold everything off. Had to sell off the pieces and get out of Dodge. It's kind of like when you're you're in Los Angeles and there's an earthquake and you're sitting under a bridge and it starts to crumble. That's what being in Los Angeles was like. It was so bad. So bad. So I got out and I finally got the studio put back together. I got the live studio. On Saturday, I'm going to start with do some Avatar. I got a lot of catching up to do. I got a lot of catching up to do. A lot of reviews that haven't been done. It's been a long time. I guess over a year, 15 months. So it's going to be fun. So and I'm going live. That's the big change. The big change in Poprageous. Everything I'm going to do is live. I'm not, the pre-recorded reviews, they're kind of cute. You can go and see the movie, then you can make the script, then you can record it, and you can say exactly what you want, and you can put it the way you want. There's nothing like live, baby. There's nothing like live. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So everything. I go live. I do a review. I'm just going to go live. I was a musician, went on stage. YouTube is show business. As much as anyone, if you don't want to. Oh, you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say it. I shouldn't say it because it's one of my most hated words. YouTube is a journey. I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. We trained actors, motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah, that's boo away, man. Boo away because I hate the word journey. There's actually a few words that I hate. I hate the word influencer. I hate the word creator. Even in the screenwriter, movie business, film business, like no one calls themselves a creator. If you're a painter, what am I? I'm a creator. I don't know. I also dislike the word community. Always have. Ever since I can remember, it just sounds like it's a community. It's a community. It's on a journey to build a community here at Poprageous. So that's those are the words I hate, And so, I know, the way I do things as a screenwriter, and I've won a lot of awards. I've won hundreds of awards. I might even be the highest, the most winningest screenwriter in the film festival circuit. I mean, you could Google me, Danny Alex, and it's all there. Like most of my, I think some aren't there, but most are there. Like the screenplays and the film festivals that I've won. So I mean, so you got to have some cred, right? When you attack a review, like a lot of people, when they're doing a lot of YouTube people, They don't so much give a review, but they give their feelings, right? They give their feelings. Do you think they really know? They say, well, the characters weren't fully fleshed out. Well, unpack that a little bit. What do you mean they weren't fully fleshed out? What is it about the protagonist that you didn't like? What was it about? And say it in layman's terms, right? The science of story. That's what it's about. The science of story. I never sold any of my screenplays. Never have. Never have. Yeah. Oh, great. What a great studio audience. Yeah, no, that's, yeah, yeah. Studio audience. I always say, I am the smartest man in the room. It's true. I am. Yeah. That's not the laugh. I'm also the dumbest. Yeah. I know. It's part of being the only one in the room. You're at both polarities. It's like being infinite. It's being infinite. But so the way I approach things, the way I'm going to be doing it, everything's, like I say, everything is live now on Poprageous. I'm not a mean guy. Hate and anger are weakness, right? And I see people online, they're getting angry. Yes, I don't like what happened to Star Trek or is happening to Star Trek. Season 2, episode 9 is burned into my brain. I don't like what's going on with Star Wars. I was born on Star Wars. I mean, I was born long before Star Wars. I was alive when A New Hope came out in 1977. I was alive. I actually went to go see it in the theater. It was an amazing experience. Back then, sci-fi was an amazing experience. But knowing what to do in terms of Marvel too. I mean, Marvel is, we all know what's going on. But you see a lot of people get James Gunn, the Gunverse, right? Superman. Not his best outing. Superman is not his best outing. James Gunn is capable of doing some very good movies. But when you critique these things, when you take a look at a movie and it doesn't work, it's the science of storytelling. Why doesn't something work, right? Why are some movies fantastic and some are... Now, you could go to the simple thing, well, the characters were well developed. Yeah, okay, those are just fucking baseline opinions. That doesn't say anything. The pacing sucked or the pacing was good. What does that mean? Tell me more. Tell me more. Now, probably only something that a writer or a screenwriter could probably get to. And look, a lot of people don't need to know the ins and outs of the inciting incident. But when you're going to, if you're going to learn about a movie or a story or a screenplay, you're going to look at the first 20 or 30 minutes are like critical, right? That's where your characters are going to we're going to start to learn about them. We're going to learn about the internal and the external conflicts for the main character. We're going to learn about the antagonist. And then we hit the inciting incident, which is like the boom part, right? The part where every character gets their marching orders for the most part, but we get to understand where the protagonist is going to go, what the antagonist is kind of. Obviously, you want some twists and turns, but writing this stuff is not. There's actually, if I would give you a few movies that I think are textbook movies, you got to go Tombstone. Yeah, Tombstone. Tombstone is one of the most underrated movies. Now, Kurt Russell actually did direct that one. He actually directed it. He had a ghost director. I forgot the guy's name. But when you take a look at if you haven't watched Tombstone is one of those movies I watch just for soothing. For those movies that you turn on. God, I feel fat today. One of those movies you turn on a Sunday, Saturday afternoon and you watch it, right? So Tombstone, but when you take a look at how the script opts to show the antagonist, we see the cowboys, they ride up into the wedding, and we're shown why we should not like these guys, right? Like, these are some bad hombres. And Michael Biehn, who was what's his name? The guy that goes against Doc Holliday. He's almost deceptive at first. Like, you're not sure. He's not really as bad. He looks like the man with he's got the brains, right? But when they sit down to the table, the preacher comes up, he stops, turns, and shoots the preacher in the forehead. Okay, we now know that this character is he's a bad man. Okay, bad man. We know the tension, we know the stakes, and he ends it off with a biblical quote. And biblical quotes provide a certain amount of cliched tension. It's just the way it is. Even if you don't believe, if you're an atheist or agnostic, it still provides some sort of that mystical. If we go to then probably one of the most classic introductions of a protagonist, Wyatt Earp, right? After we meet the cowboys and the antagonists, we see Wyatt Earp, his boots, and we go up to, we see him from below, and then we see the horse, or the guy hitting the horse. And Wyatt Earp's hand, and he grabs it, smacks him back, and he goes, hurt, don't it? This is one of the classic ways you get people to like your protagonist. When a protagonist saves an animal, when a protagonist does something for the betterment of an animal right away, right off the start, it's an immediate likability for that character. And that's what Tombstone, everything through Tombstone, every scene, you will see there's nothing wasted in Tombstone. In that movie. It's a classic. If you're a screenwriter or you want to start screenwriting, get your hands on that screenplay, read it, watch the movie. It's fantastic. Terminator, same thing. Terminator is a awesome way to start a movie. $6 million, and most of it went to Arnold Schwarzenegger. They were guerrilla filming in Los Angeles. But it starts with the antagonist, the threat. Why should our protagonists be concerned? Because you start off with the antagonist, with the threat, with the tension, the reason why this movie exists, right? Terminator is a wonderfully written screenplay. But it's these things that when you're going to review something, right? You gotta really understand, like, what is it that makes a movie crap? And all of it's going to be content. It's like, oh, obviously DEI, and you got to change the script if you're going to make it. The operative word is woke. I would. That's why I would never sell any of my screenplays. You're gonna get like $5 or $10 for a screenplay just to have someone destroy it, DEI the crap out of it, and it's like, could you take my name off of the credits? Even though you wrote it, and you still get credit for it. Well, most of the time. Sometimes the rights are just signed off and go away. James Gunn, James Gunn Superman is a surprise. Like, it is a surprise. James Gunn does understand story. The first Guardians of the Galaxy is classic. Like, he starts it off with Star-Lord, what's his name? I'm so bad with names. But we get to see, he builds the emotional content with the main character, right? With the mother, as he's a child, mother moves on. Then we see him dancing with great opening scenes. And then each scene creates the idea, not only of just the great world building, but Gamora and Rocket and Groot, they come and they actually start off as antagonists, right? They come and they want to beat him up and take his Infinity Stone, which he doesn't know what it is yet, but of course it is an Infinity Stone. But that's great. It's a masterful way. James Gunn set that, especially the first Guardians of the Galaxy. It is a wonderfully written screenplay. And a very well shot movie. Usually, the directors who are also writers are the ones that really create some incredible stuff. Denis Villeneuve, Dune. Some people have mixed feelings on Dune. I don't. It's like the Lord of the Rings of our time. This thing, most people in the movie business will say the same thing. Denis Villeneuve understands framing. He understands the camera. He understands that a movie and the characters are understood with the close-ups. And the actors in a Denis Villeneuve movie, they need to be good, extremely good on their close-ups. Watch Dune 2, how many close-in shots he does. Rebecca Ferguson is an exceptional actress when it comes to acting with the face alone. Elijah Woods in Lord of the Rings. The reason Peter Jackson chose Elijah Wood was because of his acting with his eyes. And it's true. It was a perfect example. Elijah Wood can act with his eyes like no one else can, which is why Peter Jackson took him on. It was a great choice. Actors that can act with their face, like Rebecca Ferguson and whatnot. But anyway, that's what makes, I think, Dune the Lord of the Rings of our times. We're not going to have many more movies like this. The other movie that I would point to in terms of being amazing, the first John Wick, the first John Wick. If you want to understand how you build your character up, the first 5 minutes, there's no talking. What we see, it's another, and I've used this a couple of times in my screenplays. It actually starts with the ending, and that's what we see. We see John Wick, the truck, it smashes, and we get him get out. It's like, whoa, what happened to this dude? And now you're wondering, how did the turn of events in this movie end up to this guy being where he is right now? You don't give too much away, but what we see is in the first 5 minutes, motivation. We get the motivation with his wife. There's no word spoken. There's no word spoken. It's beautifully written. It's beautifully shot. It's underappreciated by a lot of screenwriters, a lot of movie people. What John Wick did wrong is in subsequent movies, they thought it was all about the fighting. Fighting is good. But it was John Wick, the first movie, was all about character, because when it got to Baba Yaga and you realize what kind of a kick-ass character this John Wick was, you're like, whoa, and you're just waiting for the payback. You're waiting for the payback. The fight scenes in the first John Wick, I still think were the best. Well-timed, duration-wise, the twists and the movie things. It's a pretty much a shoot 'em, but the depth of character in that first John Wick is amazing. So, but anyway, we're getting to a lot of stuff. I basically just wanted to come on and say that we're going live I'm going to try once a day, go live. Going to do reviews. You guys are more than welcome to hang out. I know a lot of the subscribers, after so many months of being away, this is kind of like, we're back, baby. Yeah. So I'm going to be doing, like I say, almost, I think every day, something. There's always so much news in the movie business, in the film business, the review business. And so I'm going to do that. And I invite you to join me. The first one I'm going to do on Saturday. I don't know what time, but I'm going to start off with Avatar, Fire and Ash. I was going to say Fire and Ice, but that's a different one. And I have some thoughts on Avatar. It's going to be the biggest movie of the year, hands down. Right, hands down. I don't see this movie doing less than $1.5 billion. I'm glad that there's a new antagonist. I like what I see from the antagonist. Again, Avatar is visual candy. There is no director. There's no one in Hollywood that you could take this script to, and people in Hollywood not going, whoa. Okay, whoa, this is, you don't have to like Avatar, but you got to be wowed by the stuff that happens. In the second Avatar, the story wasn't as strong. The first Avatar, the story was strong. We'll see what happens in the third one. But on Saturday, I will be doing Avatar, and I got a lot of catching up to do. I got Superman review. Everything is live, though. That's the thing. I'm doing everything live. And I invite you to join me sometime. So we're going to start on Saturday. Probably do Sunday. Basically, I have no scripts. I have no scripts. We just wing it, baby. And that's all we do. So please join me. I had some intro music. I was trying to get my intro thing. I couldn't get it finished. So I got no intro, no outro. I do have some music. I could outro with this if you're impressed. Or I can outro with this. Either way. We got, that's good music, man. That's good music. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Joe Rogan. Logan. Rogan. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you on Saturday. Check you out soon. Cheers, man.